Yo, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, right here, bsideshow.net, live and direct just for you, and you.
And we got our next guest right here, and
Yes.
like I said, we're happy to be a spot where people can make their promo run and come through, and especially like coming through from out of town, dog. Like,
And why,
let's talk
baby?
About, yeah, man. Hey, introduce your guys' selves, and let's talk about that real quick, man. But run it down the line.
What's up, man? It's DXA. It's the crew right here, minus our boy D-Face. I'm Calamity Chris.
Ice Rocks. Don't Peace.
From New York, man. Glad to be here, B-side.
Hey, glad you're here, man. What
What's
part of NY you guys from?
We're from Manhattan. This is my brother Shane, Don't Peace right here. So we're from Manhattan as well as Ice Rock. He lives in Queens now.
Queens? Word, brother, word. Queens.
How'd you guys, I mean, have you guys been doing it for a while where you guys been venturing out and getting in different spots and performing? Because you guys making your run all the way over here on the west,
man,
and then plus you see Rhymatics and stuff over there.
Yeah. That was just my chance, man. It's a beautiful thing. The universe is crazy, man.
Yeah. No, but
you never know unless you get out there, man. And these guys are great networkers. Ice Rocks knows a lot of people. We get love in Europe. We know we press records. And the kids love records out there. And we ran into XP and Rhymatics, and now we're here.
Yeah, no, that was crazy. And when we were coming over here, we didn't even have a LA show booked or anything like that. And basically, I posted something, or D-Face posted something, and XP wrote something. I hit him back. I was like, yo, you think we could figure something out? He's like, definitely. 2 days later, he had us on a bill. 4 days later, he had us on the show with you guys, and I mean, he was.
That's
he was
right.
killing it.
Yeah. That's dope, though, man.
That's dope.
Yeah.
We like that though, man. 'Cause
Yeah, no,
we like
definitely.
to hear.
Definitely.
One thing I do like to, because I don't get to travel as much as I should and I want to.
Right.
So I always like to hear that from especially people out of town, man. But what are the major differences, man? Like right now, scene-wise, on the hip hop side,
Oh,
man.
man.
I mean, I need to know because I don't get to get over there, you know.
I've traveled a few times overseas and even to other places in the United States, and honestly, we get a lot more love when we're out of town. I mean, like we do a show in New York. We have our core group. We have people that come out. But when we go out of town, people, like, you're not rhyming for a bunch of stuck-up rappers. Like, honestly, that's how it is. And then you go overseas, and it's a whole nother thing. And there's a lot of love shown. People are moving, they're enjoying themselves, and they just, they're genuinely happy for you to be there, which is awesome.
You know what? You kind of like really kind of finalized everything there, because we kind of deal with the same thing here, where it's just like, everyone's just kind of performing for themselves,
Right.
We always say sometimes we're kind of performing for just, other artists and shit, what I mean?
Right.
It's like, and then you guys saying, the same thing, but when you're outside, you're getting that love.
Right.
And I think that's what a lot of artists need to do. If they're really passionate and really want to take this to that next level, they need to invest into that.
No,
they
definitely.
need to just go further, go out. They got to get the fuck out of your town, man.
We have
Yeah.
definitely grown a lot as a group and individuals just by going out there and doing it and meeting new people, and we've grown our fan base because of that. Like every time we do a show elsewhere, people look into it and they pay attention now. But if you get stuck in your bubble, you get stuck in your bubble where everybody's trying to break out of that bubble.
Right,
So-
yeah, for sure.
That's a trip to me, man. I mean, there's always going to be slight differences, but the crazy thing that's in common is what you said, is that's the same thing that LA cats say, that is when they venture out, they feel that a little bit more appreciation, man, and that's a trip, man. That's crazy.
Hey, let me ask you guys something here. I would like to hear, individual opinions on this, though. But I went to NAM. I'm not too sure if you're familiar with NAM, and there's a different artists from everything you can think of music, okay? Anything. But what I had asked them, I go ask them, what do you feel as though that is, you personally, that music is missing? What do you think that is missing in hip hop right now? Your personal opinion.
Well, I think that the most important key to hip hop, is one, the culture of it, and like having it come from somewhere, and like whether it be a struggle with your community or a struggle with yourself or whatever it is, first it's got to come from like a passion And then I think a lot of people kind of like, especially in this modern technology age with like the internet, and they forget the actual personal relationships that you develop with people, and like developing core fan bases, and like working on people. Like your friends are your, can be your best and your worst enemy, like at the same time. So you want to be able to expand yourself and, like you said, reach out and go out and get to other places and invest in yourself. Because investing in yourself is, if you're not willing to spend your money on yourself to get your stuff out there, your product out there, your music out there, who else is going to do it? You know what I mean? Like, if you're not willing to do it today, no one else is going to do it for you. So I think that's, definitely one thing that's missing. And then craft. You got to be good at your craft. You got to be able to be nice with whatever you're doing. You got to be nice.
Word up, man. What about you guys, man?
Man, yeah. Shit. I'm high as hell. I was trying to think of what he was saying. Personal relationships are most important. It is very easy now to make music, it's like really easy to just do your thing, which is beautiful because music brings people together. So it shouldn't matter if you're good or bad. As long as it makes you happy, making music. But I don't understand what's going on with this world, man. It's a crazy world to wrap your head around.
That's real.
He's all, you don't even know what's going on with this world right now.
That's crazy.
Especially right now.
Right now.
We're just gonna let him do his self-reflection thing over here. Don't get too deep into it. I think that as far as what's missing in hip hop, there's a lot of good things that are out there. I think the main thing that's hard right now is the fact that it's so easy to just go on the internet and find something. You know what I mean? Like some people do and some people don't. And I think it's good that people are getting discovered because of this. But missing, I would say, there's not as much like interaction personal when you're actually making records.
That's dope that he said.
Like a lot of that,
getting in the studio and actually collabing.
Yeah. Like I'm working on a bunch of things with a bunch of different people, and I try to get them to come down to the studio and actually sit and work with me. Like, and I'd even be willing to fly elsewhere to work on stuff, just because I feel like when you're sitting there together working on things, you're gonna get a different product than if I just send you a beat, or I just send you this, or I send you that. You know what I mean? Like that personal interaction.
Wackoe's actually, we talk about this on the show a lot, because that does happen a lot, and that kind of takes from that when you build that vibe, and then you get that chemistry, and that's how heaters come out of that shit.
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, the best products that came out throughout the history of hip hop was just people in that room, feeding off each other, building off each other.
Yeah, it's all about energy.
Yeah,
you know
energy. Whether it was positive, negative, it was real.
One of the dopest stories, that pertains to that, what we're talking about, that one of the ones that comes to mind that we've heard on this show though is Bone Thugs. We had their DJ and producer come through here and just chop it up with us, and he told us a story about how they were gonna do that collab with Tupac. And he was heading out of town, but he really wanted to work with Bone Thugs, and he was heading out of town to film, I forgot what movie he said, the one with Tim Roth, I believe.
Gridlock.
I think it was Gridlock, but he was heading out of town, and he told his limo driver, whatever it was that was taking him to turn around, he went to the studio.
Hell yeah.
And they said that he came in too, and he's even telling the whole story, and we were just tripping, dog. He said,
amazing.
Dude took his shirt off, got in the lab, like he really recorded like that. Like he had his shirt off, he recorded, busted a song with him, vibed out with him, and then got right back, hit his plane and went out to the...
And that was that collab track, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That was crazy for us to hear that, and that's real what you're saying.
No, definitely. A lot. I mean, it's just things come out differently. That's just how it is. You feed off each other's energy, and sometimes, don't get me wrong, there are times when you sit in the lab together and nothing gets done. But, at the same time...
The best way to put it, man... This goes to XP, It's a metaphor for XP here. The best way to do it, man. Do you want cyber sex or you want the real shit?
Yep,
that's all it is right there, man.
With that.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I gotta say. You want you want to jerk off to yourself? That's all good. Cool.
Hey, check this out, man. Hey, what video? We got a couple of the videos.
I think
loaded up. Which one you want to play?
The first one we're gonna do is, I believe, let's do all the MCs.
All the
DXA,
MCs.
all the
All the
MCs.
Let's
MCs.
play that video. We'll come right back. Chop it up, man.
Shout to Too Deep.
Yes, yes.
DXA in the building, man. Let's get it, B-side.